just, Brendan said something apparently that wasn't true, and he reached out to Ariel and said, hey, you know what, I want to apologize, overstepped, whatever it was. And then Ariel came out and said, hey, you know what, I don't work for ESPN anymore. I don't work on a platform where I need to be the bigger man, and I want you to apologize publicly. I can see both sides of it all, but at the end of the day, I think it's stupid. That's what I think. I think it is what it is. Look, a lot of people like Ariel, and some people don't like Ariel. Some people that I know have worked with him didn't like him, and I heard him say that he had.
Some people like Josh Thomson. Some people don't like.
Some
Josh
people
Thompson.
don't.
I'm one of the ones that doesn't.
You know what I mean? Like, I've had people that worked with him that said they didn't like working with Ariel, but then I know a lot of people that loved working with him, and that's just the way it's going to be. It's going to always be that way. A lot of people love fighting for the UFC. A lot of people loved fighting for Bellator, but some people didn't like either one of them. And so this is what makes the world go round. But the fact that it got blown up out of proportion and stuff, and it just, like I said, I think the whole thing is stupid. Like a lot of, I have no ill will towards Ariel, and I know I've bagged on him a little bit here and there, but those are from my personal experiences and things that we've had said come across from the ways that I did interviews with him and the way he put it. And like Aljo was on his show, and the way Ariel had put a clip or a headline, it bugged Aljo. And with all the respect, that happens to fighters. They get pissed off and they get upset over the media that does that, because it happens all the damn time. You know what I mean? And it's frustrating as an athlete. You're trying to go about your business in your life, and you're trying to be one of the best in the world. And then you've got media that do shit like that. And Ariel has been known to do that. Now, look, I'm not saying that he's not a good journalist. If I was going to say anybody was a good journalist in this sport, he's one of them. Okay, but I do get a little upset sometimes with the headlines that he posts. Some of it is the clickbait sometimes, and he knows what he's doing. He's a smart guy. I don't want people to get into this like he will sometimes play the victim, and he's not the victim. And I like him I actually do like him, despite what people, like I said, I've had issues with him in the past just for my own personal stuff. But that's my own personal stuff. So outside of that, what Brendan did or said, and if it, whatever it was, it's just, to me, it's stupid. I think Brendan did what he was supposed to do. He reached out to him and said, hey, you know what? I overstepped. I apologize. And then that was it. With Ariel took it to the next level, and he wants to do it publicly. I mean, he's a man. He can do it. Say whatever you want. It doesn't mean that Brendan's going to do it, but both of them need to work it out. However it works out, they need to sit and just chat with it and work it out. So, I don't know. I think the whole thing is dumb, just because it's like you said, it's a Twitter beef. It's not like they're ever going to fight. They're never going to solve it and resolve it.
Ooh, I want to see that one. That'll last about 3 seconds.
No. We like Ariel, so we just gotta let him just do. I understand though. His hands were a little bit tied, John, working for ESPN. He's gotta take the high road. Now he's saying he's not high road Helwani anymore, I think is what he called it. But it was just funny because you like just to hear him kind of talk shit was pretty funny. I was getting a giggle out of it. I thought it was funny, now. But it's Helwani. But it was it was kind of cool that he was kind of going hard in the paint.
Let's just put it this way. Ariel loves pro wrestling, and he was doing his best pro wrestling shtick. Okay, but here's
good.
The problem.
It was good, John. It was good.
Was
John.
it good? Okay. But here is the problem with it, and I have no problems with Ariel at all. I like Ariel. I know Ariel got mad at me when I tweeted something about a statement he had made on a 30 for 30, because I was like, "What? Don't follow what is, the story. Follow the truth." But we worked it out. But my problem is this: why is it when people all of a sudden get associated with the fight game? And I used to see it with athletic commission people, that are, they're given an assignment by a governor to be part of an athletic commission, or they're given a job to be an executive director, and all of a sudden they're tough guys. All of a sudden, they're real tough. And it's like, dude, you're not tough. Stop. It's okay that you can't fight. All right. You don't have to know how to fight. You have to know the people that can give you the right information so you can do the right thing. My problem is this: if Ariel wants to continue on with this, whole thing, there can be the guy that's not as nice as Brendan, who will say, all right, when I see you, I'm going to gangster slap the shit out of you across the stage, and let's see what you do about it. So, you have to be, if you're Ariel and you want to say, hey, I don't like what you've done, I think, you owe me an apology. Okay, you can do that. That's fine. Stop with the whole pro wrestling shtick. Okay? Those guys.
I thought it was funny, John. I thought it was funny, though.
No. I look at it and it gets to the point of, stop, man. You're not a tough guy. You're not a fighter. You're not a guy because, he's done it before in the past. Stop being that guy that, he is a great reporter. Now,
he is.
He's a great reporter. And, to sit there and to say, he does good interviews when he does his shows and stuff. He knows how to talk with people and stuff. Don't get into this, whole thing of, like just the heel shtick of, you're going to do this or something. Don't be tough. Just be the good person that you are.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard because you can tell he is a good person. He is
a good person.
Yeah, I see the way he talks about his, his kids, his life.
Yeah.
And it's like he is. And so when he comes across the way he came across, it's a little bit like, all right, it was too much.
It's pro wrestling.
It is.
It really
was.
Look,
okay, so look, all of that stuff to the side, like you said, and I like I said also, he is a good journalist. He does great interviews. He does poke the bear a little bit here in his interviews. He knows what he's doing when it comes to that. Mm-hmm. And he does.
That's his job at times.
He does do clickbait sometimes, to get more attention to it, especially in a hot topic. He knows what he's doing, but that's what journalists do. And as a fighter and as an athlete and whoever else, you have to learn to deal with that. And it's hard. It's hard because when you look at Ariel, you're like, all right, I know that this guy can't fight, So, but when he does this, like these type of things where he's like, hey, I want you to do it publicly. I think also too, when you start doing that to fighters, you start like Brendan he's a former fighter. He was in the UFC for a while, and that's kind of like, okay, now you're taking I understand you're upset about it, but now you're taking it to the next level of like, hey, it's degrading a little bit. And I understand what I understand. I understand what he meant with Brendan. Like, hey, you've been saying this for I don't know how long about this and that, and saying things that were not true. And that could be upsetting. I think he finally had enough. I understood that. But him just saying that Brendan reached out to him publicly and apologized, him saying that on his show and his channel and all the other stuff, that should be enough.
That's my point.
That should be enough to me. Anyways, but I get it. I understand his frustration. I get it. Because people have given him a hard time for the longest time. So Ariel, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are, because you've mentioned us a couple times.
Hold on, let me ask you this,
buddy.
How many people have said bad things about you?
Yeah.
How many? Come on, just be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he took a little jab at me on his show with DC. Oh, the Josh Thomson guy, the podcast guy, right? I mean, he took a little dig at me also. I mean,
okay.
Did he used to fight? Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Okay,
yeah,
so and that's my point.
I laugh about it.
There you go. It's called thick skin. How many people say bad things? Look, you got to have thick skin.
Yeah.
Okay, and you got to be able to let it roll off your back. It's just part of what it is.
Yeah. They'll get it sorted out. That's the biggest thing is they'll get it sorted out.
I hope so. They're both good guys.
They're both good guys. It should have never got blown up to what it is now. So, all right, Dave.